Yes, I already know Karen's gonna light up the comment section saying the first clip's not even a boating clip, but this guy's having a bad time, kind of like some of our guests here in Boating News of the Week. Welcome back, guys, it's your boy Broncos Guru, and it's this week's episode of Boating News of the Week. Our first piece of Boating News of the Week is going to be that fleet off the coast, and this is an unusual fleet, not something we normally see, but there are literally dozens of oil tankers just sitting off the coast of the US right now. Due to the world's epidemic status right now, demand for oil has completely fallen off. And oil producers are struggling right now to find places to store it, and oil producers are putting it just about anywhere they can. Right now, they estimate that 90% of our oil storage is full and no real recovery in sight. Right now, this is going to mean a lot more of us staring at images like this off our coast for the near future. Our second piece of boating news of the week is going to take us down to Miami, Florida, where some guys went out and they had a diver down. But unfortunately, when we say diver down, their diver down went missing. These are images here of the 62-year-old diver about 3 miles from where he started in Government Cut. He got pulled out of the cut by the ocean current and was drifting out at sea. Once he didn't return, his friends on the vessel he was on went ahead and contacted authorities, and they began a search and rescue mission, only to find out there's a little drama here in the end. The gentleman apparently was never really in trouble. He was having so much fun diving that he just continued his dive even though he was 3 miles away from his buddies. He told authorities as he was being rescued that he was just about to do his final approach and swim to the beach and call his friends on the cell phone. Needless to say, his buddies said they will no longer dive with him. Many of us like our drinks on the rocks, but one thing we don't like on the rocks, well, that's our boats. Kind of like this one right here. This is a 21-foot boat out in Hawaii that this past week got caught up on some rocks, and the Honolulu Police and the Fire Department had to be called in to come rescue these boaters off of the boat. Fortunately, these boaters had communication on board the vessel, and they were able to contact the authorities to let them know that right outside of Haliea Harbor, they had run aground on the rocks. The Coast Guard did come out there, they wound up rescuing these guys, nobody was injured, but it is a pretty wild scene to watch these waves and everything crash around the boat and the rocks as the Coast Guard lowers the diver down to rescue the 2 people off the vessel. These guys got pretty lucky here, once again nobody was injured, and this could have been a whole lot worse. Our next piece of boating news of the week is going to be some videos that the Navy unclassified this week. Apparently they've been holding these videos back of some unidentified flying objects. I'm going to let you guys watch these right here.
Nickel 6-1 Tango, Roger, Roger, there's troubleshooting inside here.
Did you box moving target?
No, I took an auto track.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Wow. That's not our LNS though, is it? It's not.
That is the LNS, dude.
Well, if there's like...
Look at that thing.
It's rotated.
Our next piece of boating news of the week is going to show us what it's like when you get grounded. These images are from San Diego about 2 weeks ago, where the sailboat had become grounded near the beach and some rocks, and the San Diego Police Department and Coast Guard had to step in to try and rescue this boat off of the beach. As you can tell here, they are trying to pull the boat out, but if you look at the front, you will notice he's got a line out. They can't seem to get this boat out, and the reason is he's got the anchor dropped and has forgot to pull it back in as they're trying to tow him out. The captain of the distressed vessel does eventually figure out what is going wrong here, but not after multiple attempts by the Coast Guard boat and the police boat to get him out were both unsuccessful and lines snapping. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Boating News of the Week. If you did and you ever see anything crazy going on in your waterways, be sure to hit me up on Facebook or Instagram and let me know, and you might see your stories over here. Also, if you haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on that subscribe button to stay up to date with everything we got going on.